What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to download and install mods for Starfield. They did just put out an update, I think sometime today before me recording this video. It's supposed to take and I pretty much disable your data folder in the documents folder and put everything to your root folder. I'm not sure if that's going to work for all mods, because there's some mods that I've been finding that can't go in your root folder even if the description says so. So I guess we'll find out. But in this video, I'll show you how to download, install, activate. I'm going to show you how to download and run the Starfield script extender. There's like a couple ways to do it. It's not hard. And then a couple, maybe just one other mod that you should have for sure. But let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, first, you're going to come to nexusmods.com, which is that right there. I'll also put it down in the menu or in the description below. And then when you're here, click the support and then install Vortex. And then after that's installed, which I guess I should have opened this before, it doesn't take long to install. It usually just takes a couple seconds. So it looks something like this. So you already have another game. You can come down here, scroll down through all this and find your game. Or you could just type it in up here. It might not show since I have it already. Yeah, I already have it, so. And that should appear, you should be able to activate it or whatever. I don't even know if you have to do this part. You might just be able to start downloading mods through Mod Manager or through nexusmods.com, and it might automatically set this there. So after you got that done, you might have to set up a profile and all that, or you may not have to. I suggest doing it just because, like say, if you have multiple games, you can click see Starfield. You come over here, My Mods, Download History. As long as up here you have Starfield selected, it will show you all of the mods for that one game that you've downloaded. So I go Atomic Heart, My Mods, Download History. You can see it's just showing only mods for that game, so that's a pretty good feature. So I'd recommend doing that. So after you got the Vortex downloaded, you're almost ready. The next thing you're going to want to do is go to this home or whatever they call it, the little folder at the bottom. Go to Documents, My Games, Starfield, and once you get here, I'll probably zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see it better if it's not showing good. This little file that's highlighted, Starfield Custom Any, or INI, I just say any. You'll want that in there. It won't be in here, so there's two ways to get it there. Some of these mods that you download will have an extra download separate from the mod that will have this folder in here, or this file in there, and you can just drag and place it in here. And when you open it up, it'll have, for that one mod, it'll have whatever you need in the screen here. It'll already have that in there. But if you want to go ahead and do it yourself, it's not hard. Okay, so what you guys are going to want to do is come up here to this new tab here, hit new, text document. Go ahead and highlight everything, and you can just backspace if you want, so it's empty. And I already have the Starfield Custom Any up there, so it will say, do you want to make a second path or whatever. So I'm just going to do like test, so T-E-S-T, and then after that you want to put period I-N-I, and then hit enter, and then this little window will pop up, and then just hit yes. See, then now it's an any file. I'll go ahead and delete that just because I don't need it. So now that you have that done, you're pretty much good to go. Okay, so now we need to find the root folder. So it's already here on my screen because I've been in it so many times. So what you'll want to do is hit your drive that you have everything installed on, Program Files 86. You'll want to find Steam. Then it's Steam Apps, Common, Starfield, and this is where majority of your stuff will go into, is right here. I will show one mod that you have to install in both locations. but most of the stuff will come here. And then some things will come into the documents, my games, Starfield. You'll put them into the data folder. Usually when they come into this folder, it's always into the data. So for instance, you come up to here, we got this one. I'll go ahead and download it. It only takes manual. It only takes a few seconds. You could buy the fast one, fast download, but no really point of doing it. See, it's already downloaded. So what you want to do, extract it. You might have to have a WinZip for some of these, so if you don't have it, you'll have to buy it or do a trial, which only lasts like 30 days. So anyway, so no fall damage, it's extracted. Just open this up, right click on this, hit copy, then find that root folder, which is this one right here, and you'll just paste anywhere. You know, hit this and hit the little clipboard or paste if it shows up, and it'll paste it in there. But for this mod here, you will have to put this. You actually want to, you can copy and paste it right from the thing. So copy, and at any file I showed you earlier, you'll copy and paste it in here. But as you can see, that is it right here, but it says something different. I'm going to go over that in just a few minutes, just so stick around for that, because there's going to be quite a few mods that you'll run that have to have a command. So you open up the console, hit bat or type bat space and then NFD, you'll have no fall damage. That's what this mod does. So for instance, faster waiting. It's the same thing every time you go into the game. Every time you have to hit, I think it's bat wait for this one. Yep, right here down at the bottom says bat wait. This one will also go into your root. So there, I have multiple mods that I gotta run that bat file on the console. I'll show you how to do it. If you only have one, I'll run the game and I'll show you if you don't know how to do that. The next mod that you'll have to have, if you want achievements, if you don't care about achievements, you don't have to have this, but it is the Baka achievement enabler. This one is working with Vortex, so you can just go to Files, Mod Manager Download. It'll show you right here. Additional files required, which is a Starfield script extender, which I mentioned. If you already had that downloaded, just hit this download button right here. And then hit slow download or fast download if you bought the premium. Next is a Starfield script extender. The Vortex does work, but for any instance it's not for you for some reason, I will show you how to install it. So it's kind of same with that other mod that I showed you. So this one does have to have the WinZip. I'm just going to unzip it to here. The thing I don't like about the WinZip is it didn't do it. It usually closes this window. So just open it up. These two files right here that are highlighted, select them both, hit copy, found your root folder, paste. That's all you got to do. And then to run it with the script extender, you want this file right here that's highlighted. So what I did is I pinned it to start, so it's already there. So all I got to do is open up the start and it's there. I did change the icon, so I think that was under properties somewhere. I can't remember how, but I changed it to the Starfield icon. Now, I should probably show you guys too that a lot of, just read the instructions on how to download too, to make sure. I was gonna say that. But this one right here, archive, that has to be in there no matter what. This is what enables the mods to be able to be active. So all this other stuff I have in here is just for the mods itself. But this will be for every single mod, so you have to have that in there. One other thing too, you'll come across mods that you got to add. The one that's highlighted here, test file 1. equals richermerchants.esp. So if it's an ESP file, it'll have that test file 1. I think it starts as 0, or maybe it's just 1. I can't remember. So if you have another line that you have to add into your ini that has the ESP, and it'll start with the test file, you have to have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. I think it goes up to 10, and that's it. So that's not too much of a pain. You just gotta remember to switch that, because if you have it as all the same number, I probably won't run all but maybe one. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I think that covers that. So okay, for starting commands, I have bat mods. So usually what you can do, if you got the like the no fall damage and other ones that have to have the starting console command, which is when you go into the game, you gotta enter every single time. You could either have, say, bat mods, semicolon, bat, say, NFD, semicolon, bat, space, wait. So that's an example. You could do this too, but there's one problem with this, like, is if you get a bunch of them going, it'd be no problem. But once if you add another one, it could break some other mods, and you got to put them in a certain order, and you got to find out what order, probably a loading order. So to get around that, I did this. And, I've looked online and found it, or maybe it was under a description for a mod. What you do is you'll want to go to your root folder here, hit new, text document. See how it's highlighted? I put mods, so you can name it whatever you want. So you can just put 1, and it will, or all these ones, and that's what you could use. I'll go ahead and delete it so it doesn't do nothing. So mods is right here. So these are all my bat files right here. So you can see I got a lot of them, and every time I downloaded one, it would disable 1 or 2 or 3, so I have to keep trying to find the correct order. So you just add all these lines just like that, one underneath each other like that, no semicolon, no colon, whatever, comma, nothing. And then so you come up here to your starting console command, hit bat, and since my file name was mods, you put mods, yours, whatever your name that file. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and load up the game. I'll kind of show you that. So let's go ahead and get into that folder. I'm going to go to my custom here. I'm going to disable this just for now so I can kind of show you how to do it. Okay, before we go in, I'll show you how to get to your root folder from here as well. Right click on Steam, Manage, Browse Local Files. And it didn't pop up because it's already selected, so it'll bring you right to it instead of having to go under your SSD and all that. So it's a little bit quicker. For you guys on Game Pass, usually you'll have your game list and all this stuff up here, play and whatever else. It's been a while since I've used it. You'll have the 3-dot line. For this game, it's not going to show me, but it's somewhere in here. I think you hit the 3 dots and then manage, probably files, but it's not showing me where. It's just saying it's on a C. So usually it'll show you exactly where, I thought, but maybe not. Alright, so there's 2 ways. If you got the script extender in, you can either come up here to top left, it says Starfield, you can hit that and it'll launch the game. It will launch it with script extender, but that's only if you want to load up Vortex every single time, which I don't see the point of doing because it's just another program running. So what I do, if you don't have script extender, you can start it the normal way. If you have the script extender, you want to load this right here, sfse _ loader, and it's going to bring it up. Alright, and you'll see, since I have the BACA, whatever, achievement disabler, usually if you had mods enabled, you hit continue and then confirm, a little screen would pop up and it would say, oh, you got mods, achievements are going to disable, blah, blah, blah. So that Baka thing stops that from popping up because it enables them. As well as when you hit the console, which is this, another screen behind it would say if you use mods, the achievements, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now with the commands, the back commands is here. You just type in at the lower left, you'll see BAT, and then whatever your command is for that mod. They're all different. Like one was what, wait. So now with that change, you'll hit BAT. Say no fall damage was NFD. So now them are active. You have to do that every single time you come into the game unless you did that last step. So I'll see if I can find a chair. She sat down. Okay, and I'll hit wait and you'll see how fast that this mod makes it go by super fast. So yep, you can see how it's working there. I can show you with that I'll show you with that back command in there. Alright, so I'll also show you guys how to download and install the natural LUTs as well. That one you'll definitely want that. If you've been playing, you'll see that they got that haze or whatever filter. Yeah, sometimes you hit the E to confirm. Sometimes it takes 10 seconds to do anything. Sometimes it's instant. The first time was instant. This time it took a few seconds. All right, so where am I here? Oh, I was already waiting. All right. Okay, so I did not hit the bat file, and it's gone. So you see how much easier that is instead of having to do it over and over again. All right, let's see. Let's find that natural LUTs. That one is a little different. All right, so we're here at the natural LUTs, no color filters. This is when I'm running. It looks pretty good with this. You don't get that whole green thing. One thing too I'd recommend doing is hitting the track button. So if they come out with an update, up here at the top right, you'll have that bell. It'll have like a 1 next to it. So you know if that whatever mod had an update. So you just come down to files. I have this one. There's optional. I'll show you with dark space. You don't have to download anything to that, but I'll show you what that is in a second. But you'll just download it, extract it from your folder. Installation. So this one, you know what, I will download it so I can just show you. I'm not sure if this works with Vortex, just because it wants to go to the documents section of it, so it will download through Vortex, but I don't know if it works. So I'm gonna head back to the description here. It says installation, extract the files. To right there, that'd be your documents location. This one right here, that's highlighted, ignore that, you won't need it. And then right here, this is that one I was telling you that all mods need. Boom, that will have to go in that folder. I'll show you again. All right, so downloads, natural LUTs. Again, this one takes WinZip. I think it's $30 or something like that. I think I got them to give me a deal because I said no 2 times or something, and I don't know. Anyway, so it extracted this data folder. Data, textures, effects, there's a bunch of stuff in there. All I gotta do, right click that, copy, documents, my games, Starfield, anywhere in here, right click, paste. It will automatically put what you need and overwrite anything in that data folder. Then, if this is your first download, custom any, copy, paste that stuff from the page, put it in here. Again, I'll put all this stuff down in the description below so you'll have it. All the links of the mods I've been showing, or at least the natural LUTs and all that, the script extender. But then, okay, so after you got this done, you want to come here right click that, copy this, just this one right here. Of course, save before you exit. Okay, after you copied that, go to your data root folder. Because you could try running it without doing this section. If it's not working, you'll have to come here. I think I had to. I don't think it was working, so I had to do this next step. You could do it just to be on the safe side. It probably wouldn't hurt. You come down here underneath your Starfield exe. You'll have Starfield any. Go into that file. Make sure to put that, you'll paste it right here, because when you click on it, it's going to click over here where it's highlighted. It's going to put your cursor right after that too, so you have to hit enter and then copy it right there. And then, of course, file and save. Some mods will need the console command runner. So I'm going to try to go through everything that you guys will need. This one, it'll say a required SFSE, that's just the script extender. And it'll say I highly recommend the BACA achievement, which I already showed you them too. With the installation, you just download as always, files, manual download. It might work, you can try it with the Vortex. I didn't. I just manually downloaded it. But you'll drop it right into your root folder. It doesn't say it right here, but any mod that's going to use that script extender goes to your root folder. So just keep that in mind. So if it says it recommends that, you could always just download it right to your root folder. It should be fine. Or through Vortex. All right, so here back at the Vortex menu here, it's all. If that update, I couldn't find it. I don't know if it's a mod itself. I couldn't find it under my downloads, but it just popped up in my notifications. So if that fixed it, then that's awesome. It makes everything a hell of a lot easier. But you see, a lot of them are working. All this stuff is working. That's what I was going to say earlier. I couldn't think of it. Before you enable the mods, make a backup save of your save game. That will be in your documents, my games, Starfield, saves. You'll want to make a backup. I'll tell you why, because I downloaded a jetpack mod, I activated it through the back command in the console, and I end up not liking it, so I tried deleting it out of my folder, which that one was in the documents folder. I tried re-downloading it, re-entering the back command, because usually that will help. They'll disable the mod, then deleting everything. For some reason, it did not deactivate after doing all that. I was hoping that it was in the game files itself, so I deleted everything, all my game files and everything, re-downloaded the game, added all my mods back, and it's still there. So it saves all that stuff to your save file. So if you don't want to restart the game, I don't know how far you guys are, and make a backup just in case you don't like the mods, it's not running right, but whenever you enable it, it just doesn't work right. You won't have to worry about that. I don't know if that goes without saying, but I usually do that. But after when I was going through adding all these back in, I was actually just trial and error. All these were actually working, so I kept them on here. It's a lot easier to manage than hitting that track button like I showed you up top. They'll automatically be in here. Like if you're under this page, you can come right here where my cursor is, check for updates. You'll hit that and it will automatically go through all your mods you have here and see if there's any updates, and if there is, there'll be like a little cloud button next to it. What you would then do is hit that cloud, download the new one, and there will be a little down arrow, say under this 1.01. You'd hit the down arrow. It'd have that, I think, highlighted, and underneath of that, like a little drop down box, it would be like 1.00. And I think it would say 1.01 is your main, or it'll say something. You'll be able to delete that 1.00. So you'll delete that off of there because you don't want it. That's the old file. Some some mods will say in the description, if you're updating this mod, delete all the old files, then install, so you have to do it anyways for some. So it's all just trial and error. If it's not working under here, then just go to the description page and see where it wants you to install it. But if it's telling you to go to install under the root folder and it's not working, then you'll have to bring it to your documents folder. I found that in a couple mods that it says to go to your root folder, but it wouldn't work. It's mainly the no more junk loot customizable. Okay, so he must have updated it. It does, he has shown it goes to the documents game, and you'll have to have this in your one folder. There's one I thought, but if it says go to your root folder and it's not working, it comes to your documents folder. So there's that. I did, there was another mod that will highlight the comic books. I think that's where I put that, was in the documents folder. And also any of your skins packs. I've only downloaded one so far, so if it's not for all of them, I apologize right now, but it'll bring you, it'll tell you to put it in this folder, the data. You just download it, extract it, copy it, and then if it's the folder is data, you just copy that and then come in here, paste, and it'll automatically put it where it needs to go. Which is, I think, textures, clothes, spacesuit. Yep, I got the Mantis spacesuit, so it's the Boba Fett colors. So, and I think that is about it. How to install. I'm sorry if it's kind of long, but I was trying to be thorough and make sure to show you guys, because I was in another video the other day and the YouTuber didn't really go into full detail on how to make everything work. He just went in to show you how to do Vortex, and not everything can work through Vortex unless they fixed that since then. But I guess, yeah, that's going to do it for the video, guys. And if you could, just hit that like button, so if there's anyone else out there that is having troubles getting this any of these mods to work like I was at the beginning, you know, so they can see it. And other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you later.
Are you ready?